Well, hello everyone. Thank you so much for arriving here nice and early with me and Tony. Hope you're having a great start to your day. Today's webinar is a deep dive on our call panel as part of our Clearly Cloud solution. So, what we've done today is invited our Clearly Cloud customers and our partners to join us to really explore the innovation that's offered with the call panel and do this in a live, in depth demonstration. So, you'll learn about their performance and features to better understand its functionality. Plus, we're going to give you some advanced insight on the administration side of things for streamlined management. I think everyone here knows me by now, I hope, but if not, my name is Bree. I lead the marketing team here at ClearlyIP. I'm joined with Tony today, our CEO. Hello, Tony. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Bree. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. So, what we're going to do today is I'm going to offer a brief introduction to the windows and features of the call panel and then hand things over to Tony. He's going to go through a live demonstration and also lead the Q&A today. We really do want to take a in-depth look at the functionality, at the administration, and at the management of Clearly Cloud with the call panel, as several of our users and partners are not truly aware of the set of features and management it does offer. And, we really want our customers to be able to maximize their experience by understanding everything the call panel can offer a user. So a couple of housekeeping items here. I've got everyone muted. However, you can raise your hand at any time and ask questions in the side panel. We're going to be conducting the Q&A session towards the end, but feel free to ask any questions as you think of it at any time. Put them in that side panel, and then Tony will be watching those while I'm going through the presentation, and then we'll address everything towards the end. Great, let's get started. So our audience today should currently be familiar and using our Clearly Cloud platform and familiar with the general basis of how it works and, of course, what it is. Clearly Cloud is our hosted unified communication as a service telecom platform, which is manufactured and sold by ClearlyIP. So this means that there is minimal hardware required at the user's location and that most of the heavy lifting is done off-site by us and off of the customer's physical location. So this makes it a great system for reducing costly overhead, for improved team collaboration, and it can be up and running within minutes. Call Panel is an interface within Clearly Cloud that allows admins to control various aspects of the telephony system from a really intuitive, simple graphical interface. Clearly Cloud offers so many features. I usually don't want to list them because that'll take 30 minutes in itself, but typically features only found on more costly enterprise solutions. As you can see here, this is an example of just a few of the over 100 functions available. We offer unlimited extensions so the system can grow with any size business, full voicemail platform, auto attendant, IVR. We offer call center features, conference calling, call recording, much, much more. So it's really an all-inclusive solution with really everything you need. You can elevate the quality and reliability of your business phone system by moving to Clearly Cloud. Setup is quick and easy. And again, there's no hardware required. So the main navigation bar across the top of the screen will engage users with intuitive access to the call panel features in an all-in-one application. So the call panel offers a truly highly responsive interface, giving you insight on so many things like active calls on your system, information like which callers are in a conference room, to who's waiting in a queue, how long they've been waiting. So the call panel offers these advanced features and functionality that users need. Let's face it, they need these features to conduct their day-to-day business, especially with so many people working remotely. And system administrators will be able to control what users have permissions and access to for improved visibility and management. So it really is a streamlined user management platform. It allows administrators to add and remove users and do basic Mac work, move, add, change work. You can see the status of any user. You can access voicemail. You can even listen to an active call if you are in charge of monitoring any ongoing calls, let's say in a call center environment. Tony's going to be going into this more in the live demo. We just want users to know and understand the advanced management tools that come with this call panel. So as a telecom administrator, you can do what you need to manage the phone system properly. So the call center management is a key tool that can help you improve your call center queues and call handling, especially if you've got a busy call center environment. So for call centers, the ability to monitor and manage queues, it's critical to the success of a call center environment. The call panel makes this easy with a clear graphic user interface. You'll have access to stats on the system and clearly and precisely be able to run, automate, and monitor your call center. So let's talk about our conference room management of our conference platform. You can manage your company's conference calls from a single interface. This is really slick, makes things so much easier for managing all the conference rooms that you might have in your phone system. You can mute calls, you can kick users right off from the interface, and the conference management is really easy to use and really easy to learn. Even for someone that's not super technical, can adopt easy management of the conference rooms happening in your system. We have a full voicemail platform. It's included in this interface with simplified methods to monitor and manage your voicemail platform. You can easily access your voicemails from a simple screen and listen to recordings. You can set up your options and even record your greetings all from one window there. And let's talk about call detail records real quick. So you're going to have access to call detail records. Just a few clicks, you can access, allowing reporting and billing can be verified. Call detail records are super important with so many people working from home and remotely. System administrators can see inbound and outbound call activity on the system real time. They can set up details around dates and go in and listen to active calls or call records. It's a great way to keep track of things. We also offer lots of control over system settings. So you can change settings like call forwarding, your follow me settings, do not disturb, call waiting, all from a clear and simple to use screen. Again, you don't have to be technical to be able to manage this type of thing. SMS, let's talk about messaging and SMS. So SMS has been gaining popularity with workers as short interactions do allow for less workflow disruptions. So with built-in SMS capabilities, you can text a coworker quickly from your keyboard, asking or answering questions fast versus having to pick up the phone or have a lengthy phone call or schedule a meeting for something real quick. Tony will be showing us how to use this in our live demo. And desktop soft phones. So at your desk does not need to be literal with the desktop soft phone and call panel. You can work anywhere you need to be. Call panel includes a desktop soft phone for you to easily connect to your colleagues, make and receive calls using the soft phone. You can answer incoming calls as if you were answering it from a physical desk phone. Even if you are just sitting at your desks, working away, you can make outbound calls as well from the desktop soft phone quickly and easily. It's so helpful for staff members, even that are working in office, but simply from a desktop soft phone application. We also have mobile and tablet covered with our Clearly Anywhere mobile soft phone solution. Works with any Android or iOS device. You can set this up quickly by scanning a QR code or by logging in with your username and password that would be provided to you by the system administrator. Okay, so I've touched over the powers of a call panel. Let's have Tony now take over and show you how it works. Tony, I will stop sharing my screen so you can take over.
Okay, give me 1 second here. Good morning, everyone. So I guess we'll start off with everything in call panels permissionable by the admin of the phone system. So when I say permissionable, it's very granular permissions. I can, as an admin, pick what users you're allowed to interact with and see. I can pick what queues or conference rooms or video conferences or parking. It's very granular. And then within those types of granular permissions, I can control what you can do. So for example, when we talk about users and looking at other users. You might have permissions to see how many unread voicemails they have, or you might have permissions to barge in on their calls. Everything's permissionable. By default, on a brand new system, most users have access to do almost everything besides call barging, because that's for security reasons that default's not on. Otherwise, by default, users have access to see and do everything else. And then you can, from there, take away permissions or more granularized permissions, either at a user level or at a group level. So on my screen is our users tab. And I like to start off with the main center of the screen here. So like where you see 5001, 2, 3, this we call our dashboard. Each user gets to control what's in their dashboard of each tab. So for example, I've got users 5001, 2, 3, 4, 9, 5 here. I can pick based on what permissions I have to see for users. If I click over here on the left, here's a list, or let's call it a company directory of all the users I have permissions to see. And we'll notice James, for example, isn't appended to, I haven't checked this box, so it hasn't put it in my dashboard. So if I click James, for example, here, James will show up down at the bottom. Or I could take James back away. Or I can do it from here. So I can pick to hide these, whichever ones I don't want to see in my main dashboard. And then from within the dashboard, I can drag things around. So if I want Andrew over here, I can drag Andrew over. If I want Sean down here, I can drag Sean down here. So you have full control, each user does, of their layout. From here at a glance, we can see what users are online. Online means they're either logged into a call panel with the soft phone, or they have a actual SIP phone connected, either a desk phone or a soft phone, like a mobile app or something, but they're registered. So we can see 5001's online, 5002's online, they're green. If they're not online, you won't get the green inside the circle, and it'll show you users offline. So from here, I can see information. For example, if, let's put an extension on a call. So let's do this. If 5003 makes a call, I got my, thought I had 5003 registered. Oh. Yeah, it's registered. Okay. So while they're making it up on call, while it's ringing, we'll see the little blue calling icon. And then when they're on an active call, it'll pop up and show us, again, based on permissions, I can even see the caller ID. So think of it as BLF with kind of, I like to call it BLF on steroids, because you can see who they're talking to and how long. If they're on multiple calls, it'll show you the multiple calls they're on. Again, permissionable. I might not show caller ID information. You can hide that as a permission. And now, because I have permissions to barge in, the little barge in icon's no longer grayed out. I can click it and barge in on that call. And now I can listen to that call, and I'm muted by default here. It's a barge, so they can't hear me. So at a glance, we can see who's active, who's not, who's on calls. We can see, for example, here, unread voicemails. So 5001 has one unread voicemail. The rest don't have unread voicemails. Again, permissionable. You cannot give people permissions to see those unread voicemails. We'll come back to chat in a little bit. It's a new beta feature that's just starting to roll out. We'll go to queues. So queues, again, based on permissions, I get to pick what's in my dashboard. So if we click over here, we can pick which queues we want to see or unsee. So you have full control over that. And then when you're looking at your queues, we can see information. For example, we can see sales queue has 4 agents and 1 is paused. So we can see some basic stats. And if we click on the little button here, the details button, it'll scroll over and show us all the agents. And we can pause and unpause individual agents, again, based on permissions. So I actually have permissions. I can pause other agents even with the permissions I have. So when I pause Luke, I might even go set a cause code of why he's paused. So we'll see wrap up time and unpause them. From here, I can see callers in the queue. So let's get, so we'll notice, let me go into the different queue here. So you notice the one here, because there's one caller in this queue. So you get the little one icon. If we click on this queue for details, we'll see who's paused, unpaused under callers. We'll see the caller ID and how long they've been waiting in the queue for. And now I answered that queue call on another phone. And we'll see there's no callers anymore, but under agents, we'll see that agent's on a call. And we can see who they're on with, the caller ID of who they're on with. And we can even barge in on this call if we wanted to. If that agent hangs up the call, it'll go away. And now they're available to take more calls. So again, insight into your queues real time. We can get rid of the details by clicking there. Conferencing, so these are your audio conference rooms. Every user in Clearly Cloud gets their own personal conference room, and it's *99 in their extension number. And then I can see I have some general conference rooms that have been shared with me, again, based on permissions. And as the user, I can choose which of those are in my dashboard or not, again, just like every other widget. And from here, I can, based on permissions, I can call into a queue simply by clicking the call button. And now I'm in that conference room. And you'll notice this conference room is dark gray versus these are light gray. And if I click on this, I'll get all the caller information of who's in the conference room. And I can mute, unmute them, and kick them from the conference room. I can invite people. So if I want to bring somebody in the sales conference room, I can start typing their name. So Andrew. So AN, I'll see everyone, or their extension number, or any phone number. So let's do 920. And that will call the person when they answer. It'll then automatically dump them into the queue. I'm sorry, the conference room. If the conference room has pins on it, like a user pin, it won't prompt them for the user pin since you invited them. So now from here, we can, again, mute, unmute. We'll see this member was invited. The little green icon here lets us know they're invited where this person just dialed it. And then we can kick users. So simple conference room management. Video conferencing, so based on what video conference rooms you have set up on the system and shared out with users, I can see I have access to sales, support, and engineering, what we call our static rooms that have been created. And from here, I can connect to any of those conference rooms and join them. Hey, how's it going? Did not mean to close that one. We'll see I'm in the conference room, the video conference room. From here, you can change your views, toggle or tile. We can do things like blur our background, change the background, go into full screen mode, see our performance settings, invite people. So if I want to invite people to this room, here's the link I can send them. So anyone can join that link. Or I can invite them through Gmail, my default email client on my computer, Outlook, Yahoo, or copy the meeting invite. The video room happens to be set up with a dial-in phone number, so it has that information down below here. So if we click Gmail here, it'll open up Gmail and put all the information into the invite. So the link to how to join it and the dial-in number. So all right there for you. So we'll go ahead and leave this conference room. Again, with conference rooms, there's screen sharing, the normal basic things you expect in a video conference room. Parking. So this will show you all the parked calls on the system. So this system set up with 10 slots, 701 through 710. You'll see all of them are free. Nobody's parked. So if we make a call here, actually I'll do it from another phone so you can see this. Okay, so I'm on an active call. I'm going to park it. So I just parked someone in 701, so we can see who parked it, 5001, the phone number that got parked, the time it got parked, and how long they've been parked. I can dial 701 from any phone, or I can just click the button here and answer the phone right in call panel. And now from call panel, if I'm on an active call, I can park it by hitting the park button here. And the caller gets reparked. I can bring it back. And the other thing I could do is if I didn't want it in what's called the orbiting park, where it just picks the first available slot, if I wanted to park in a specific slot, I can just take this call and drag it anywhere. So 707, confirm I want to park it there. So I can either do directed parking by dragging it to a slot, or I can just hit the park button and we'll auto park it in the first available slot. We'll go ahead and hang that up. Voicemails. So under voicemails, I can see all my voicemails. So in here, I can see I have one in the inbox and one old. So your inbox is new. From here, I can listen to a voicemail. It'll play it right in the browser. From here, I can delete the voicemail if I want. I can mark it as read. So now I have no unread voicemails. Notice the little number 1 that was up here is gone. So if I mark this back as unread, I'll have a 1. If I did the same thing here, I'll have a 2. It's your MWI indicator, message wait indicator. So this happens to be 2. This coincides with what the phone will show too. So if I uncheck both of these, the phone would update and no longer show there's unread voicemails. I can call the person back just by clicking the little button here. Or I can forward this voicemail to any other user. So I can hit the transfer button and I can start typing an extension number or a name. Transfer that voicemail to someone else. Then we get on the left-hand side, and I'll close it so you can see. When you click the gear cog, you get all your settings that you have available for your voicemail. So I have voicemail to email. I'm attaching a copy of the voicemail and it emails it to me, but I'm not deleting the voicemail from the system when it emails it. I'm not playing the caller ID or the envelope at the beginning of the voicemail. I am enabling transcription. So every time I get a voicemail emailed to me, it will transcribe the voicemail and include that in the email. I want to change my voicemail pin or see what it is, I could do that from here. For our French customers, if you click this box, it will transcode the voicemail into French instead of trying to do English. And then you get your greetings. So from here, your name, which is used like in the company directory, you can listen to it, or you can record a new name or upload one. If you had like an MP3 or wave of your name, you could upload it. Same with your busy greeting and same with your unavailable. So if I want to record a new unavailable, I just hit record, start the record. Hey, you've reached Tony's unavailable voicemail greeting. I'm not here to take your call. Leave me a message. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you. I can listen to it first or just save it. And now I've changed my unavailable. Let's say I'm going on vacation. So I might want to reset this. So I can hit reset and I can archive this first. Let's call it my primary greeting. And now I can record a new one and I can restore from archive or record a new one. So I could say, hey, I'm on vacation until February 18th. Leave me a voicemail. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And now when I come back from vacation, I can restore from archive that primary one. I don't have to re-record it. CDRs. So I can see all my inbound, outbound calls. If I have call recordings enabled and I have permissions, I can download or listen to the call recording or call the person back. And I do have the ability to see CDRs for other users. So if I've been granted permissions to other users, I'd have a little drop-down box here, and I could change to other users and see their CDRs. And then settings is a whole bunch of settings for the user. So if I want to enable call forwarding, I can just flip it on or off. So I could set a phone number, flip it on, set a phone number, save it, and I've got call forwarding enabled now. I can turn it off. Same with follow me. If you want to enable follow me, you can enable it here. And we could say my first number I want to try calling is that. Then I want to try calling this number. And you can just add numbers to the list. You can change your ring times if you want, all your different settings, or turn follow me back off. I can turn on and off do not disturb. I can turn on and off call waiting, and I can even turn off the ability for people to intercom my desk phone. So if somebody dials the *80 intercom feature code where my phone will auto answer, instead of it auto answering, it will just ring if I turn this off. I might have multiple 911 addresses set up on the PBX based on what the admin of the PBX set up. And from here, I can pick different locations. I only have one in my example, but let's say I had a Appleton and a Neenah office. I could on demand change where I'm at any time. That will affect my whole user, whether I call from my desk phone or from call panel. That will change what goes out to 911 in the event I call 911 for where I'm located at any given time. And then you get your media devices for that built-in Softphone. So input device is your microphone. So I have it go into my Jabra headset. Output is going to my Jabra headset, but I've got custom ringback enabled. So I want ringing on an inbound call to ring my monitor, the speakers on my monitor. So instead of ringing my headset, inbound calls are going to ring to my monitor, but when I answer, I'm going to be on my headset. Or I can turn this off, and now inbound ringing will just be the output device, the speaker, which is my headset. So call panel's got a powerful built-in Softphone. So up here, this little green box, you can click on it, and you can dial any phone number. So I'm on an active call here. I can mute it myself, unmute it. I can even change the volume of what's being played across my speakers without having to adjust my speaker volumes themselves. I can put the call on hold it. If I'm in an IVR, I can bring up the keypad and enter entries that will go to the IVR that I'm called into. I can park the caller. I can start a three-way conference, and I can do a transfer and pick blind or attended. If I'm on an active call and I want to make a second call, I can put this call on hold first, or if I just click on call and pick a different number to call, my first call, which is *43, is going to automatically put on hold when I hit call here. So we'll hit call. And you'll see *43 is on hold, and I'm on this active call now that I just made a call to. I could put them on hold or leave them off hold and make another call. If I come to *43 and decide to take them off hold, it'll automatically put the other call on hold. So you can toggle between up to 4 calls at a time you're allowed to manage. So the last thing is chat. Up this call. So chat is a new beta feature. Unfortunately, on my system, I broke it right before our webinar and didn't get a chance to fix it yet. So you're going to see some user errors on here. Potentially when I send a message, ignore it. But what chat has is basically 3 main features. It's got what we call channel rooms, and a channel can be public or private. So a public room, everyone's allowed to see and they can join that public room. A private channel is nobody else can see it unless I invite them to the room. And then you have direct messaging. So any other user on the system you can have direct chat with. And then you have the ability to send SMS and MMS to any phone number. So up here, we'll see our public channels. So if I look on everything is the name of this channel, and you can see Andrew joined the channel and he said, "Hey, Tony." Water cooler is another one with some messaging in. For each public channel, we can see, like, for example, water cooler has 6 participants. And from here, I can even manage the members, so I can see all the participants. And because I'm an owner, I can set other members to be owners. So I can add ownership, and now Andrew would be an owner, including me. I can invite people to the conference room or to the channel, the public one, and same with private. I can come in, manage members, and I can hit the little button here and pick any other user on the system to add them to this private room. Direct messaging, I can see I've had some messaging, like, for example, Andrew here. I sent a test at 11:08. Same with Preston. I don't think I had any replies, no. So I can direct message anybody on the system, and then same with SMS. I can send and receive SMS to any other phone number. So here's a test I sent, and they replied back, hey. To start a new message, it's simple as clicking the little button up here. This is probably where I'm going to get an error. And I can pick chat or a user. Chat and then what user I want, or I can pick SMS. So if I pick chat and type in Brian here, and notice I only put one user in here, so I can just send him a message. If I put more than one user in, it's going to have me create a channel, and I can pick private or public. And then put a message in that will go create a new public or a new private channel listed under private sales. This is probably where it's going to error on me. So I created it, and now it's going to error. So let me refresh. And you'll see the test channel I just created. If I want to send an SMS, same thing. I would just start a new chat and pick SMS. So the chat is here. It's considered beta right now. We're working on some, always improvements and features to it. But it is live and functional for anyone to use that is on Clearly Cloud. So that is my demo, Bree.
Awesome. It's great to see you go through everything live, real time versus, just some slides.
Yes, no problem. We got some questions here. So is this available on-premise boxes? I'm not sure on that question. Clearly, Call Panel here is part of our Clearly Cloud platform, which is a UCaaS hosted platform. There's no on-premise to Clearly Cloud. It's a true hosted UCaaS cloud platform. You can only buy it from our cloud store. There is no premise box for it. There's no local phone system. It's all cloud-based. And this is the Call Panel for that platform. I have a question. Is this available or going to be available on free PBX-based systems? Again, no. Call Panel is designed as part of Clearly Cloud. It's tightly integrated to Clearly Cloud, so it's not something that could run on a free PBX-based system. It's its own product based for our Clearly Cloud platform. Can I drag a caller that's waiting in queue? Not today, but funny enough, recently we opened a feature request to go do that work, and we're actually investigating it into the roadmap. Don't know when it'll get done, but we have the feature request already booked, and it's on the future roadmap, so it'll be coming in the future. And the concept kind of there is when you're in a queue and you look under callers and you see all your callers, you'll be able to pick a specific caller and say, I want to take it out of queue and answer it, or transfer it to somebody. So I could answer it myself, or pick any other user I want to send that call to and take them out of queue early instead of them waiting in the queue. Is there a charge for Call Panel? Nope. So Call Panel is included for all users of Clearly Cloud. So every user gets access to Call Panel. The only thing that would really incur a charge would be outbound SMS or outbound messaging. So part of Clearly Cloud, you get inbound messaging for SMS free. And if you enable messaging on your location, it will show you what your outbound rates are to send SMS or MMSs for outbound messaging. Chatting with other users in public, and channel rooms are free. Everything else is included. The only thing that wouldn't be really is sending outbound SMS or MMS. Okay, that seems, the only other thing I would add is this is translated in both French and English. So as a user, it will take whatever language preference the user has and use that by default, but the user can change it real time. Can change your language. Okay, Bree, back to you.
Awesome. Thanks, Tony. Well, that is it for today. Thank you, everybody, so much. There will be a recording of today's webinar. We're going to send that out to everyone that registered today and attended. It'll be in a private link to our YouTube channels that you can have this resource moving forward if you need to refresh yourself on certain features or tools of the Call Panel. Really appreciate everyone spending some time with us this morning and wish you all a really great day and a wonderful week. Thank you so much, Tony.
Thank you, everyone.
Great. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.